All right, folks, welcome to an important EURUSD and DXY higher time frame drawn liquidity outlook. So this video is about where do I think the market will go in the short term and long term basis on EURUSD and DXY. Now, as I stated on my last video, that I was actually bearish on DXY and bullish on EU. And as I said that in my video, if I do take a loss, I'm going to reanalyze, which I did take a loss. So now I'm reanalyzing and we'll decide where the market will go from here on forward. But as you guys obviously know, we always do this, right? Take a loss, take a win, take a miss trade. We journal, reanalyze, and go on from there, right? Now, why was my higher time frame wrong and why did I take a loss was primarily based on the quarterly candle. And as I said, the past couple of weeks in my videos that quarter 4 is when I'm looking for reversals, which that doesn't make sense, right? Because if the market, right, quarter 4 is a high probability of reversal, but if quarter 4 is always going to be a reversal, people are eventually going to catch on, right? So market maker does not do that. Market maker goes in cycles, right? And this really makes sense. It's just a fixed rule, right? Now, as you guys know, market goes based on accumulation, manipulation, expansion, right? Accumulation, manipulation, expansion. Simple as that. That's how the market rolls. That's how the market goes, right? So that's what happened. And that costed me to take a loss because my bias was wrong. I accepted it because, even when I took a loss, I accepted the direct sweep beforehand. But now, what was I wrong? Quarter 4 is not always going to be reversals. Quarter 4 is not always, week 4 is not always going to be a reversal time. Yes, it's a very high probability of reversal. Quarter 4 is very high probability of reversal, but you can't make it a fixed rule, right? You have to be flexible with it, right? If it was fixed rule, people would start catching on, right? Now, as you guys know, market goes based on accumulation, manipulation, expansion. This candle, the quarter 4 of last year was accumulation. First quarter of this year, manipulation. Second quarter, expansion. Third quarter, manipulation. Right. Fourth quarter, probably another expansion upside. Now you can keep in mind that when this candle expanded, when it hit a target afterward, this candle is no longer a expansion candle. Now this is a ranging candle, right? Because market goes based on accumulation, manipulation, expansion, right? So, and on this quarter, if I was like, well, on this manipulation candle, why don't you just target all over here? Like you would have not made money on it, etc., right? Because the reason why I didn't go all over here, in order for the target this, we would need the manipulation to end, and this is just a high time frame. You would always need the manipulation to end, right? On a monthly time frame, it told us that you will reverse downwards first before going up higher, right? So that's why we were bullish the first half. Eventually, we were bearish from there on forward. Now we're going to be back to being bullish. So on my higher time frame, quick little lesson is that don't think always quarter 4 are going to be reversals. Use logic, right? Always use logic because market goes based on accumulation, manipulation, expansion. Now, how do I know accumulation, manipulation, expansion? As the market makers use quarterly candles the most to anticipate where the market will go, is by simply looking at the even higher time. Look at the 6 month, look at the 12 month, then at the 3 month time frame, use accumulation, manipulation, expansion, use CRTs, use time based, use open, high, low, close, right? Because we can't just look for open, high, low, close on a 3 month time frame always. This 3 month candle just could expand to the upside, right? So that's why it's very important. For you to not be a robot. Be flexible. Use logic, right? Because that's how the market moves, right? As the market doesn't move all the time based on open, high, low, close, right? If this candle could be a bullish candle, it needs to make the low first, so the first one needs to accumulate to the downside and then eventually go from there, right? It's not always going to do that because this quarterly candle is just supposed to be expansion because accumulation, manipulation, expansion. The monthly candle just could expand without waiting, right? That's all. Now, enough of that. That's a lesson. Be logical. The quarter four is now going to be reversals. Week four is now going to be reversals. I've seen weeks four being expansion. I've seen quarter four is also being expansion. This right here, the Pacific quarter was expansion. So yeah, that's all that. Now, my higher type of bias is obviously bullish. You guys already know where I'm trying to go to. Now, on the monthly time frame, what we care about, on the monthly time frame, we will monthly CRT. So on the quarterly candle, aren't we supposed to anticipate a open low high close? No, we're not supposed to, because we probably have already made the low of the quarter. How come? It's because this candle is supposed to be expansion candle without waiting, because accumulation, manipulation, expansion, right? So in the monthly time frame, we can anticipate just an expansion candle, right? Without any monthly candle ranging, right? On the monthly time frame, as I said, we will see the upside. So we're in an expansional monthly candle. Now on the weekly time frame, what else do we have? On the monthly time frame, could also be all the CRTs. This right here could also be our CRT, but as you keep in mind, this is overall CRT. How come? Because this candle's high is bigger than this other candle, so this is our CRT. Now on the weekly time frame, what do we have here? We have a weekly CRT to the upside. We have no other weekly CRTs. This is the only weekly CRT we have. Right. And what else do we have here? On a weekly time frame, nothing else. There's a big expansion candle because it's supposed to expand because there's so many manipulation. Right. On a daily time frame, what do we have here? On a daily time frame, just waiting for a ranging candle, which probably Friday. Tomorrow is probably going to be some sort of ranging candle. So on Monday, we could expand it up to the upside and target our goal. Now, since we're an expansional monthly candle, we can target beyond the weekly target, because our weekly target is weekly CRT to the upside. We could target beyond it. So what will be our target beyond this weekly CRT? It would have to be this this quarterly CRT high. But as you guys know, we did not target the quarterly CRT highs at the moment. We're not that advanced level. Right? I can't jump the gun. So we're just gonna, the only time we target beyond the weekly CRT is gonna be a monthly target, and our monthly target is right on the weekly CRT high. So we're just going to target that, and on next week, Monday or Tuesday, should definitely give us that kiss of death. And yeah, because Friday needs to range, and eventually Monday or Tuesday will do it. So yeah, now going over to EURUSD, same thing, but inverted. But as you guys know, we always do DXY first because we trust DXY more than EU. All right, we have a monthly CRT to the downside. Okay, so we're in an expansional 3-month candle, accumulation, manipulation, expansion. On the monthly time frame, we're in an expansion candle also, because accumulation, manipulation, expansion. We have our CRT here on the weekly time frame. This is our weekly CRT, right? And as you guys know, since we're in an expansion candle, we need to target beyond. We can target beyond the weekly CRT, but our target is relatively going to be the monthly, because the weekly CRT low is the monthly CRT low also, so that's gonna be our target. Since on the monthly time frame, we do have, this is our CRT also. How come? All right, sure. Yeah, this candle right here, the June candles are CRT, because it never broke above it. It rejected it multiple times. It still respected the range. So that's our overall range. So our target can be down here. How come? I said before, since we're in a monthly expansion candle, we can target beyond the weekly target, which is going to be here. Since we can only target the monthly, when we can target beyond the weekly target, our target is going to be the monthly. And our monthly, so we have this monthly CRT. So this monthly CRT low is going to be our target, which we're going to target possibly next week. Next week is stacked with news also. Yeah, and on a daily time frame, we're just waiting for a fight to range and looking for a pop above and looking for a dump below. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. Join the Telegram, link in the description below, and I'll see you guys on the Telegram. Peace out.